There's a pretty short duration for the Retribution buff. Mag-guardian and welcome to the Lord of Rings Online. I mean, you already knew that, but welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about the Lore Master, especially with the changes in U41 and U42. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about each spec. We're going to be starting with the blue line, which is the offensive support spec if you care about endgame roles. But if you're a fellow casual, we don't really worry about roles much, or at least not as much, until we reach endgame, if we do indeed reach endgame. But yeah, blue line is the offensive support spec of the Lore Master class. It's also the pet focus spec, which kind of means, it means that it's the spec that has permanent pets, but yellow also has permanent pets, or persistent pet summons, as in the pet summons don't have durations, unlike in red, which only has temporary summons now, which only lasts like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds. I'll check later when we get to red, and by later I mean next video, because covering blue alone in my previous stakes have taken me at least an hour, so let's get started. Alright, the first thing that I wanted to mention or to talk about in blue are the sigils. The sigils are the wizard skills, which you already are probably familiar with. So that's Wizard's Spark, Wizard's Fire, and Wizard's Frost. All lore masters have these skills, but it's more important in blue. Red Lion has Lightning Strike instead of Wizard Spark, but Lightning Strike also does the flank consuming effect that Wizard Spark does, which is to boost your movement speed. Not that one. Where is it? There it is. If the skill is used whilst your companion flanks the enemy, your speed will be increased. So yeah, that's like a 10-second move speed buff, more or less, if you use Wizard Spark or Lightning Strike in red line on a flanked target. So yeah, in blue line, Potent Sigils is one of the first sigil related trait, but there are more, like this one, Wild Alacrity, and or at least there's one more. I'm not sure if there are more. Oh yeah, this one. Hold up, we'll talk about Retribution, which is important as well. But yeah, so the sigil skills in blue line buff your pet. You can see the buffs here. This is a defensive buff to your pet. This is an offensive buff to your pet, or yeah, offense buff to your pet. And this mostly an offense buff to your pet, but also a run speed buff as well. And hold up, there's another trait here that affects the thing. Is this it's this one actually. Tutelage of the Brown Wizard. Because the buffs to your pet from the sigil skills tier up to 5, they get stronger per tier. And if you have reached the Tutelage of the Brown Wizard set bonus trait here at the bottom of the blue line, the buffs to your pet have extra effects, as you can see here. Wildfire for Wizard's Fire, gives your pet more critical chance. Lightning, tier 5 of yeah, Wild Lightning tier 5 gives your pet crowd control immunity, and Wild Frost tier 5 gives your pet Sign of the Wild protection duration, which is quite specific. But this is that skill. It's referring to Sign of the Wild protection, which is essentially a pet save skill. Is pretty much when you want to use it. But honestly, in my experience, all the defensive traits, I feel like you don't really need to have all the defensive traits in blue unless your pet is tanking a lot and you need all the extra pet defense and pet summoning bonuses from these sorts of traits. So yeah, the Sign of the Wild protection, you get that immediately as soon as you spec in blue, and this is what this bonus is benefiting. But yeah, except for the eagle, or yeah, this is essentially a passive skill except for the eagle, because when you have the eagle pet, this is more of a lore master save skill, like a save skill for the lore master, which is you. But in all other cases, it's essentially a save skill for the pet, so that it won't die, or to help it from dying, if that makes sense. Well, alright, so back to the sigils actually. So the sigils are important in blue, like I said, because they buff your pet. The sigil upkeep can be I don't know, I've seen some players find the sigil upkeep to be way too spammy, which, you know, your mileage may vary. Though the Wild Alacrity trait, which is here, it helps decrease the spamminess of the pet buffing mechanic in blue line, because it increases your the pet buff durations by quite a lot, especially, you know, as the rank of the trait goes higher. And then don't you touch him. This is important. This is where you get the trait, or I mean, like, it's pretty like deep below in the blue line if you're new. If you're like just about level 30, you probably can only reach up to this row, maybe, or maybe some, or maybe, like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 ranks in the 4th row, but pretty much by level 30 you can reach the 3rd row. But that means that you won't have any experience making use of Retribution just yet, which I think is rather unfortunate, because Retribution is pretty important in blue line, at least in my opinion, because what it does is it immediately lets your sigil buffs to your pet reach tier 5, and so you won't have to like spam the sigils as much to make your pet stronger in combat. So yeah, these are the sigil related tooltips. I might have missed something, but these are essentially it. We're gonna be moving on to Sign of the Wild Rage, which is a core skill in blue line. Not only does this buff your pet's next attack after you cast this skill, but it also buffs your fellowship, I think. Hold up, where is it? There it is, Inspiring Rage. Inspiring Rage also applies a plus 4% damage buff to your raid, apparently, not just your fellowship. And that includes you. I'm not sure if it includes the pet. I think it does, but yeah, more or less, that's pretty important. So Sign of the Wild Rage has a cooldown of 15 seconds, but that cooldown gets reduced by casting elemental skills. So I've tried it. I don't think light type skills reduce the cooldown of Sign of the Wild Rage, so it's gonna be pretty much your lightning type, fire type, and frost type skills that will reduce your Sign of the Wild Rage cooldown, which will allow you to spam Sign of the Wild Rage more, essentially. So yeah, that's the second thing. The third thing is you can't see it here, but if you re-specialize, or if you don't have a spec chosen yet, you can see the text here at the bottom. It talks about coordination, which is a blue line, another blue line special mechanic, which is when your pet lands a critical hit, there's gonna be a yellow FX that will show under your character's speed, which signifies the coordination buff that is available to you for a short time. And what it does, it removes the induction from your next inducted skill. And so if you want to cast Burning Embers, for example, which has 0.4 seconds induction, induction as in casting time or channeling time before it's successfully cast. So yeah, if you use Burning Embers while you have a coordination buff active, it's gonna cast immediately. It's gonna get cast immediately instead of you having to stand still and wait for like the 0.4 second induction. Or for example, Cracked Earth has a 0.8 second induction. You won't need to wait for that while you have a coordination buff active. Do note though that the coordination buff is a 1 coordination buff is to 1 skill, 1 inducted skill ratio. And so it's just gonna benefit your next inducted skill if it has an induction. If you cast, I'm not sure if you cast a non-inducted skill after you gain a coordination buff, if the non-inducted skill consumes it. I don't think it does, but yeah. Alright, so those are pretty much the what we need to cover for now. I mean, I do have to cover other things as well. We're gonna start with the missions. We're gonna be covering the blue line locked pets. And for this mission, I like having the Sabre-tooth Cat. I mean, I like having the Sabre-tooth Cat pet in general because I like pulling groups of mobs. But yeah, we're gonna be featuring the Sabre-tooth Cat and then the Eagle, or I'm not sure actually. Sabre-tooth Cat and maybe the Bog-guardian, and then we're gonna finish with the Eagle and the Bear, which isn't specifically, it's not specifically blue line, but I felt like it's more thematically apt to feature in blue line because the Bear is a tanking pet and blue line has tools, additional tools for tanking, like or pet survivability, like Capment, Unbreakable Bond. All these traits, which aren't really meta. Honestly, I don't really take Unweird Companions. I only take 1 rank of Need for Haste, or sometimes none at all. And then I don't take Capment and Unbreakable Bond. I could also not take Loyalty, but I kind of like it because it helps with the Lore Master survivability. I do max Hardy Diet because it also benefits the Lore Master. And then I just take 1 rank in Survival Instinct is what I usually do. And then I spend the points in Shield of Knowledge and these first row red line traits. I'm only level 80, and so I don't have enough points to spend to reach like deeper rows in the other trait lines. So that's why I only able to reach the first row essentially. I could take Bane Flare, but if I'm not playing yellow, I don't have the muscle memory to make use of Bane Flare. I lost the muscle memory because it's been a while since U41 released and Bane Flare got turned into a yellow line trait. So yeah, I've not been using, or I don't have the muscle memory anymore to use Bane Flare when I'm playing blue or red. But yeah, alright, so back to the Sabre-tooth Cat. I think I already, yeah, I don't need to bring up the trait here. Let's just have the pet summon skill tooltip there. And then what we're gonna cover is the feral trait, where is it? The Fellowship Friend set bonus trait, and oh no, I'm covering the skills. And then the pet skills. So Fierce Claws, oh no, I'm having that tooltip bug. For some reason it shows up here instead. But Fierce Claws is the Sabre-tooth Cat's minor pet command skill. So that's a small AoE, or pretty large AoE. 6 meters is respectable. A modest AoE, or maybe that's large and I'm just underestimating it right now. But yeah, that's an AoE bleed, like burst plus bleed. And then Unbridled Fury is the Sabre-tooth Cat pet's major pet command, which is a burst AoE burst damage that scales depending on how many enemies are within the range. Wild Strike is the Sabre-tooth Cat's Sign of the Wild Rage, and then Cornered Vigor is the Sabre-tooth Cat's Sign of the Wild Protection. So this is minor pet command, major pet command, Wild Strike, Sign of the Wild Rage, and Sign of the Wild Protection, which you can see here. Alright, these goals. Hold on, I'm gonna cover up the. I don't need to. I'm not gonna be like be doing this very thorough tool tipping every time, but just because it's the first pet that I'm featuring, I like being clear. So yeah, this is the Sabre-tooth Cat minor pet command, major pet command, Sign of the Wild Rage attack, and Sign of the Wild Rage, or Sign of the Wild Protection effect, which they have different flavors per pet, but like I said, Sign of the Wild Protection is essentially a pet save skill, or a defensive pet buff skill, except for when you have the Eagle, which it turns into a save skill for the Lore Master, an emergency save skill for the Lore Master. But yeah, so the Sabre-tooth Cat is the AoE oriented pet, and like I said, that's why oh yeah, you also get this bonus from Feral. I can't see it anymore. You get this bonus from Feral for having a feline pet active. You get a plus 5% critical chance and a plus 10% melee damage, which isn't really beneficial to you as a Lore Master because most of your skills are ranged. But if you use Staff Strike a lot, I suppose, you can make good use of that. So like if you have a feline pet active, and you like using staff strike, which I usually don't use as much as other people, I feel like. And then if you spend points in red and get storm and staff, you get even more damage. Maybe. Actually, I'm gonna have to check later when or next time when I go red, because I need to check if staff strike. No, it's still a tactical skill. Never mind what I said. I forgot that they changed that in U41. Staff strike now counts as a tactical skill. This doesn't count as a melee skill, and it's got 4-meter range. I don't know if that has anything to do with it being a tactical skill instead of a melee skill now, but yeah, like I said, you're not really gonna benefit from melee damage much as a lore master, because most of your skills are ranged, unless you fight melee, because you as a lore master, your normal attacks are melee. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Sabre-tooth Cat. There's also the Fellowship Friend bonus that you get when your pet scores a critical hit, which is also melee benefit, and plus 2% tactical damage bonus. This shows up as a status effect under your character's vitals, as well as the where is it? The sign of the wild. This one, inspiring rage, from you casting sign of the wild rage. You can see these as active bonuses under your character's vitals, and I think I'm forgetting something, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And let's start the mission. Also, for cosmetic purposes. Hello, friends. All right. I like having different cosmetic pets. This is a non-combat. Wait, no, this one is a non-combat lore master pet, and then this one is a cosmetic pet, which everyone can have a cosmetic pet. But yeah, these two are the non-combat pets that I like having someone while I play Blue Line. Previously, it was the this is a tangent. Sorry. Previously, it was the snowy barn owl that I liked having someone while I played Blue Line, but I recently bought this from the auction hall. But yeah, alright, let's start the mission.
What can I do for you?
Alright, I like having... When I start these missions, I like casting Sign of Power Vigilance first, because it increases your max morale for a long time, 20 minutes. And then the stealth detection from that skill is also beneficial, I suppose, in this mission, because there are stealth using mobs in this mission. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot to cover something. There's lag there. I forgot to talk about a change in U41. In U41, you can no longer cast your sigil skills without facing your target. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's some players have complained about it. It's because it is a quality of life nerf, but you know, at the same time, I can understand the change because other classes have to also have similar low cooldown skills. Apparently I didn't cast. I should Dispel Corruption. Other classes also have low cooldown skills. Similar low cooldown skills to the sigil skills, but they have to cast them while facing their targets, and so Lore Master had that advantage over other classes. when it came to using similar low cooldown skills. It kind of sucks though that my internet is it is actually my internet, at least as far as I know, that's causing me lag, because I've been having the internet issue the whole day. And not just in LOTRO, so. But yeah, alright. I was kinda, I don't know. I feel like I wasn't commentating more accurately. But yeah, I had to cover the change to the sigil casting. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Retribution plus Sigils. I mean, I already talked about it earlier before starting this mission. But as you saw there, I cast Retribution earlier, and then I followed it up with the Sigil skills. If you feel like your pet doesn't really need the defense bonus from Wizard's Frost, then you can just do Wizard's Spark and Wizard's Fire. I feel like, because there's a pretty short duration for the Retribution buff. Also, I wasn't using these other AoE skills earlier. I was just spamming Sigils in the first pull earlier. Alright. Yeah, I'm still experiencing some lag, which is unfortunate. Oh man. But yeah, I was actually already recording this video yesterday, but I wasn't satisfied with my takes, and so I decided to postpone the plan and try to record again on another day, which today seems like I have the opportunity to, and so that's what I'm doing now. But unfortunately, my internet has been consistently terrible today. So yeah. Thankfully though, my lag wasn't that bad that I was unable to get through the combat there. Hopefully, see, like it seems fine in like sometimes or in other times. But like it can, you know, it can drop to a halt at times, or maybe that's an exaggeration, but there was some pretty noticeable delays earlier. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, Retribution plus Sigils are pretty core to your rotation, because you're gonna want to keep buffing your pet. And Sign of the Wild Rage is also core to your rotation. And then if you're fighting groups of mobs, of course, and you have the opportunity to do make use of Crack Turf and Gust of Wind. Crack Turf is stronger by default unless you unlock the root in yellow line, which halves the damage of Crack Turf, but gives it a root component, which is a crowd control effect. And then, oh yeah, I forgot to cover the Sabre-tooth Cat's Dispel Corruption as well as the Lynxes, because they categorize the animals by animal type. So the Sabre-tooth Cat and the Lynx are felines, and they have this AoE corruption removal that can remove up to 2 tiers of corruption effects. So yeah, that's also something that I'm gonna cover. Is still the clipping bug. I reported that bug. I don't know if when they'll get to it. It's minor. Like I didn't notice it until like a month ago or so. But yeah, the rock is clipping. And then I also should cover Battle Knowledge and Murder of Crows. We'll see if I'll remember to use those two skills. Probably later when I'm featuring the bear, because I'll have less offense with the bear, but I'll have more defense with the bear, as well as the eagle, I suppose. But yeah, the eagle has decent offense capability, but yeah, the bear is a very defense focused pet. Also, I mentioned this briefly earlier, but these traits, the defensive traits, I'm most likely not gonna be able to use. I'm gonna try to feature Catmin and Unbreakable Bond, but I usually don't need them. And these are passives, but like I usually don't need these as well in combat, or at least while doing these missions. So yeah, like I said, I usually spend the points elsewhere instead of on these traits. But because I'm featuring Blue Line Lore Master, that's why I unlocked all of the traits. If not, even if I don't have them all maxed, because I wanted to spend the extra point. I needed the extra point to unlock another a rank in another spec trait, in another specs trait. If I made sense. All right, sorry, I drank water. My voice got really tired from all the attempts, for all the recording attempts yesterday. All right, so I also forgot that this is gonna be a largely unedited video in the beginning. So yeah, if you're wondering why I'm including all the tangents, that's why, and why I'm commentating on all the different things and committing to the tangents. It's because I'm not I don't have the time really to be editing this long video, and so I'm just commentating continuously and why I've tired out my voice. All right, so next one is, oh yeah, okay. Trouble on the Brandywine. We're gonna be covering the Bog-guardian pet, which I feel like we're going to the whole opposite extreme, because the melee, the Sabre-tooth Cat is a melee AoE oriented pet, but the Bog-guardian is a single target ranged pet. But the only thing they have in common is that the Bog-guardian also has an AoE Dispel Corruption. Alright, so let's cover the Bog-guardian now. The Bog-guardian pet has an AoE Dispel Corruption as well, but only one rank or one corruption can it remove with it. Alright, so the Bog-guardian, from the Feral trait, the bonus, it's a ranged attack extension, which means your skills will have more range. So right now our Burning Embers has 35 meter range. Without the Bog-guardian, I don't know if it's gonna show. Without the Bog-guardian, it's just a 30 meter range. So yeah, that's a whole 5 meter range if you have the Bog-guardian pet present. If you have the Feral trait, this trait. So yeah, and then the Fellowship Friend bonus is I hate this bug. I'm trying to. There you go. I'm trying to get the tooltip out. Alright, so the Fellowship Friend bonus is more range damage and +2 tactical damage. And then this is your minor pet command pet skill from the with the Bog-guardian. This is your major pet command skill. This is your Bog-guardian's Sign of the Wild Rage empowered attack, and this is your Bog-guardian Sign of the Wild protection effect. Negative to combat states, which includes wounds, fears, slows maybe, and poisons. Hold up, you can see what the combat states, negative combat states are here. Disease. Oh yeah, diseases, that's what I'm forgetting. Wounds, fears, poisons. Alright, I'm assuming that's what negative combat states are. And yeah, like I said, with Sign of the Wild protection, they're essentially defensive effects for your pet. If your pet needs them, which I don't really think they do. Oh yeah. Maybe that's I think this is what my setup actually was. So yeah, oops, I removed it. I mean, I'm pretty much done covering it. But yeah, these are the relevant tooltips for the Bog-guardian pet. Like I said, the Bog-guardian is a single target oriented ranged pet. And alright, so this is your minor pet command. This is a burst plus DPS attack. Bursting Root is a 5-second stun and a fellowship maneuver. Technically, all fellowship maneuvers, I believe, are stuns, but there are stuns that are not fellowship maneuvers. And if you're unfamiliar with fellowship maneuvers, they hold up. These are your fellowship maneuvers and will only take effect. Like, you can only use these if you're in a fellowship or a raid. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then this is just a stronger ranged attack, which can one hit like weaker opponents. And then I already covered this, so yeah. Alright, let's summon Radhril and let's start with the mission.
What can I do for you?
So I like using the Bog-guardian pet in this mission because there are archers that spawn here. See? Like so. Like so. And the Bog-guardian pet don't have to... I'm lagging still, huh? The Bog-guardian pet doesn't have to worry about having to... Actually, let's make use of knowledge of the Lord Master because this is the tougher mob. There you go. I also made use of the Bog-guardian's major pet command. Apparently there's an enemy here too at the back. I haven't been using Wizard Spark. Okay. Wizard Spark at tier 2. I should talk less and fight more is what I need to do because I feel like that took longer than it should have. That the next batch of next wave of enemies already spawned. I don't know if whatever. That's kinda... There you go. It's not too far away, but yeah. I just needed to walk a little closer with the ranged extension from having the Bog-guardian pet present, and I was able to cast the skill from a fairly long distance. Oh dang it, I was hoping the flank would show up as I did the staff strike. Okay, didn't need to dispel that corruption. quiet. Okay. I should be making more use of Sign of the Wild Rage as well. I think the thing is that these fights don't really last long, so I don't worry about optimizing my rotations in this mission. Oh no. It is expiring? Oh, not yet, okay. See, this is why I love this trait so much. The buffs don't expire that fast from the buffs from your Sigils skills. And as you've noticed, I'm not using Wizard's Frost as much because it's only a defensive buff. I mean, it's fairly useful. The defense buff from Wizard's Frost is part of why I've not needed to make use of these other survival blue line skills. And like, if your pet needs a cleanse, you can just use Knowledge of Cures. But at the same time, there can be situations where you need Knowledge of Cures for yourself, and your pet doesn't really need to be cleansed. Especially if you've not noticed how long... Ah, dang, I couldn't interrupt. I've not been using my pet skills again. There you go. I didn't need to do minor pet command there, but minor pet command is only a 20-second cooldown. I should make use of minor pet command on the signature mobs for the DPS, but there are so many buttons to press. At least that's one of the complaints of other players. Oh, okay. See, the Bog-guardian doesn't have to move so much. I mean, I also don't have to move so much, but I like running around for some reason and using stab strike. Did I actually interrupt? Nice. Oh no. Stab strike on a flank target for more damage. Do I need to cover the sigil buffs on flank targets? I think I already covered it partially. So yeah, Wizard Spark on a flank target gives you a bonus move speed effect. And then Wizard's Frost on a flank target gives you a heal, a burst heal. And then Staff Strike on a flank target makes it deal more damage. That's true for all lore masters. And like I said earlier, Wizard Spark just turns it into Lightning Strike in Redline. Alright, as you can see here, this is Inspire, which is the damage buff that you receive, that your group receives. Alright, your pet also receives it from having cast Sign of the Wild Rage. Also, as you've noticed probably, I've not been using Retribution in this mission. Oh no. Whoops. I had the wrong target for the interrupt. But I've not been using Retribution in this mission because the groups have been very small and I don't really need to use Retribution yet. I'll use it later. There's gonna be a larger group later in this mission. Which should be soon because I feel like I've been doing this mission for a while already. Did I interrupt successfully? Oh, I couldn't do another. Alright. Tier 4, Tier 5. See, it's not hard to... Sigil upkeep is not really hard, honestly. Especially if you just, you know, keep pressing Spark and Fire. And the Frost isn't really that necessary. Unless you're really worried about your pet dying. Oh wait, this is the larger group. Okay. Since this is the larger group, let's make use, I suppose. Let's make use of our larger skills. Oh no, I couldn't do the empowered. I couldn't do the Retribution empowered Wizard's Spark because it was on cooldown and I cast Wizard's Frost. As you saw there, also I animation cancelled the longer Wizard's Frost, the Retribution empowered Wizard's Frost. But I didn't make it in time still to cast Wizard's Spark. So the problem was after I cast Retribution, I tried to cast Wizard's Spark forgetting that it was still on cooldown, and then I cast Wizard's Spark, and then I did Wizard's Frost, and then I animation cancelled that, hoping that I could do Wizard's Spark real quick with the Retribution buff. But I didn't make it in time. In the end, I think it's fine because, you know, like I managed the fight fine anyway. All right, so oh yeah, I like taking this. Should I open it now? I like consuming these immediately. Oh yeah, speaking of virtues, as you saw there, I leveled up one of my virtues. I don't have like there are other players who have grinded and just generally grind virtues. For the longest time, I neglected my virtues on this character. And so that's why I have a lot of like, I don't know. It was even worse than this before. I didn't have like, I only had 2 virtues maxed at one point, and then I just stopped caring about virtues because it's a long grind. And then and then I finally started caring. And then in U41 I started grinding missions because I was enjoying, I still do enjoy the combat with the lore master, and I just wanted that combat fix. I just wanted that itch scratched with combat, and like I said, I enjoyed the lore master combat since U41, and I've been grinding missions, and so I've maxed these. I mean, I already had wisdom maxed, I think. I'm not sure what the other one that I had maxed, or maybe they weren't even maxed, I don't know. But what I'm trying to get to is these traits are essentially what you want on a lore master and other tactical classes, because of the will bonuses and the tactical mastery bonuses, and critical mastery and finesse bonuses as well, which are essentially the most important stats to you. And there's also confidence, which hold up, thought. Apparently I equipped 2 defensive traits. We could try, like, maybe since I have more defensive traits equipped anyway, let's have confidence, which is an offense. I forgot which one I was leveling. I apparently clicked on this because I wanted to equip it. Which one am I sacrificing? Because these two are defensive traits. This has more vitality and more armor value. I kind of have a history with loyalty. I'm kind of attached to it. You could say I'm loyal to it. But yeah, this is the defense trait that I have a longer history with, which is why we'll see. I'm gonna be featuring defensive pets next too, so I don't really need to have two defensive traits. All right, so confidence is also important. Like, I feel like this trait is a way too meta because it's gonna benefit everyone. Tactical mastery. Oh wait, this is passive bonus. Passive bonus take effect even if you don't have them equipped or have the trait equipped. But critical rating, finesse, and the evade rating. So yeah, I feel like the critical rating alone is, I think, what people really want from that trait. But yeah, like I said, these four traits are essentially what you want, and then you can take your fifth trait can be any defensive trait on your of your choice. Maybe that's too general of an advice. There's probably a better defensive trait for me right now, but I don't really have a lot of defensive traits maxed. So this is what I have. Also, let me start leveling. Okay, this is the one I was leveling, I think, because I want the passive tactical mastery rating bonus from having this leveled up. Also, I had this leveled up this much because Fate used to have other stats, stat bonuses, but since last year, I think power now, or Fate now, just benefits power, your maximum power, and your non-combat power region. Oh yeah, so that's why I have idealism at 35 ranks. Alright, hold on, let me drink water. I'm basically getting tired, man. Also, there's a benefit to having all your, or most of your virtues maxed. It allows you flexibility for like if different situations call for different strategies, and so if you feel like you need more defense and you have more defensive traits max, then you can equip those temporarily and then switch back to more offensive traits if you feel like you need more offense, which like I said, in general I feel like you're gonna want your core stats increased more, and so you're gonna go for traits that, or virtues, I mean they're called virtue traits apparently, but yeah, you're generally gonna want virtues that benefit your core stats. So like I said, for example, the lore master, you're gonna want more will. Might and agility have benefits to you since the stat distribution revamp, or whatever it's called, last year too, I think. Was it last year? But because the virtues haven't been as updated, the I don't know if they do intend to change them too, but like the virtues that have agility bonuses and might bonuses, like valor, or wait, not valor, zeal. Zeal, for example, has might, but it has physical mastery rating, which is not going to benefit you as a lore master because you need tactical mastery as a lore master. Same with determination, it has +7 agility, which has, like I said, might and agility now have uses to you as a lore master, but because this virtue um, has physical mastery rating and no tactical mastery rating in the active bonuses, you can still level this up for the passive bonuses, but equipping this as an active virtue is not really ideal because the one of the major benefits it has, or bonuses it has, is physical mastery, which, like I said, if you're a tactical class like the lore master, the minstrel, the rune keeper, I think those three essentially are the tactical classes. I may be forgetting another, but yeah, you're not really gonna benefit from physical mastery. So yeah, anyway, let's do the last mission, which is actually gonna be a long mission because this has like 2 separate areas. But it's why I'm reserving this for the last 2 pets I'm covering in Blue Line. We're gonna be covering the eagle first. I don't think I used Sign of Power Vigilance when I started the previous mission. Maybe I did, maybe I did it like subconsciously, or I was just not aware that I did it, but usually I do Sign of Power Vigilance. Usually, or supposedly, I do it after I've already summoned Radhril, but I don't know if she benefits at all from the max moral bonus, the fellowship wide. This is a group wide max moral bonus, by the way, as well. If you do group content. Also, water lore I like spamming because it's a duration heal. Come on, there you go, Wizard Spark. And then I can start running. Oh no, I wasn't facing that guy anymore. Thankfully, the pet commands and Sign of the Wild Rage doesn't require phasing, and so I can just use those as I run without worrying about which direction I'm phasing. I don't even know if it's fine to do that. Did I actually cancel it in time? I missed it. I got hit with the wound. Okay, I was still facing it in time. Alright, so... Alright. Just to feature the Eagle Sacrifice, let's take some damage here, I suppose. Never mind. I'm not pulling too much aggro. Alright, let's do Burning Embers and then Fan the Flames because that's a combo for the Eagle. And then let's do, I don't know, I probably don't need to do the Retribution plus Sigils combo. Alright, Sign up the Wild Rage. There you go. I was hoping to feature Sacrifice via Sign of the Wild Protection from the Eagle, but I didn't have the aggro on me. But yeah, that's like I said, it's an emergency save for the lore master if you have the Eagle present. It's funny how when I want to actually take the damage or have the aggro, it's because I use Minor Pet Command and Sign of the Wild Rage, maybe because pet skills have inherent, I don't know if it says it anywhere, but pet skills have inherent threat bonuses to your pet, which means that your pet has a higher aggro level. Which means your pet will have the aggro, or has a higher chance of having the aggro, or will be able to draw the aggro more than the lore master, if that makes sense. But yeah, maybe that's why I didn't have as much aggro, because I used those skills. I don't even remember honestly if I used them right before I tried to like tank the damage. Alright. I'm not missing, okay, I'm not missing objectives. Alright, so for the next one, we're gonna be featuring the bear. Oh yeah, I wanted to kinda like enjoy looking at having two eagles with you. The smaller cosmetic pet eagle and then the combat pet eagle. Alright, let's have the bear. Oh yeah, the morale bubble on summon, you can't really see it with the bear. But the morale bubble on summon is from this trait, as you know. Which, like I said, if you don't really need to resummon your pets in combat, the morale bubble is essentially wasted, which is why I like to spend those points elsewhere instead. Alright, max morale, or yeah, the max morale bonus I'm reapplying because I resummoned the pet. Or I summoned a different pet. But yeah, in this instance, let me see if I can feature Catman and then hit that guy. Apparently the building was blocking the view. I'm gonna try to feature Catman and Unbreakable Bond. Oh yeah, I forgot to cover the details of the eagle and the bear. I'm gonna do that after the mission. Okay, I have one mob with the corruption. I got one mob with the corruption effect active, and so I was able to dispel the corruption. I don't like clicking on mobs because the hitboxes can be unpredictable, and so I just spam tab most of the time. Which probably isn't optimal, so like if you're actually able to click mobs like that, do so probably. Alright, because I've taken so much damage, let's make use of Sign or Wisdom of the Council, and then let's do this combo. Alright. Oh yeah, I have the signature mob targeted, let's make use of. Okay. There you go. Oh no. I was trying to do Inner Flame. There you go. It was kind of messy. The bear has a wound on him. Let's do Catman just because. And then let's try to feature Unbreakable Bond here, which is gonna put the Unbreakable Bond is pretty much a bear or a pet save skill. It's got a long cooldown and it's on a 15-second duration. So what it does, which I wasn't able to feature it properly there. Oh shoot. Unfortunately, everyone got corruptions. Do I have the aggro or does the bear? Does the bear have the aggro? Okay, the bear has the aggro. Let's do guard mode. This is quite the experiment I'm doing. Oh shoot, whoops. Quite the experiment I'm doing. Let's do Unbreakable Bond and see if I can, if that's fine to use now. The bear doesn't have effects like status effects on it. Okay, now he does. That's Catman. I didn't even like get to see the animation. Okay. Unbreakable Bond is gone. Oh wait, it's fine. I'm noticing that my bear is was running out. But what it does is that your pet is unable to take damage for the duration. It takes damage to its power instead, which is the blue bar. If you're unfamiliar, if you're new to Lord of the Rings Online, welcome. We call health morale, and we call mana power, or energy or stamina power. Unless you're a Bjorning, which doesn't have power, they have a Wrath mechanic, or a Wrath resource instead. So yeah, so like I said, Catman and Unbreakable Bond not really gonna be something you're using a lot, unless, you know, I'm rubber banding. Not sure if it's still my internet or if it's the servers now, but like I said, thankfully, my internet hasn't been overly bad today, because I was really worried about doing this video today. Because my internet has been terrible today. Alright, as I finish this mission up, let's cover the eagle and the bears. Actives and passives. So the eagle is a kind of master of all. Wait, no. A jack of all trades, master of none kind of pet. It's got single target skills, AoE skills, and defensive skills. If that makes sense. So, alright, feral. From the feral trait, this is what you get. Minus 15% on all inductions. Which, since U41 most inducted skills aren't that long anymore, like for example, Character is one of the longer inducted skills. It's now at 0.8 seconds. I think it used to be longer. I don't think it updates dynamically. Hold up, let me check. If I dismiss the bird pet, which like I said, these feral trait bonuses are per type of animal, so the birds give you this benefit. Alright, so induction 0.9. okay, so Cracked Earth has 0.9. apparently these are dynamically updated. Cracked Earth has a 0.9 second induction, but with a bird pet summoned and with the feral trait, if you have it, it's down to 0.8, which is the tooltip here that I already took out. I forgot what you call the fixing of the tooltips, but yeah. All right, so the other thing is the Fellowship Friend bonus from birds, which is minus 5%. Yeah, see, defensive. The bears and the birds are defensive. The cats and the Bog-guardian are more offense oriented. And then the eagle's minor pet command skill. How do I? There you go, I guess. The eagle's major pet command skill. And then the eagle's sign of the wild, rage, empowered attack. And then the eagle's sign of the wild, protection effect, essentially. Which, instead of being a pet defensive skill, it's Lore Master emergency save skill. Alright, so the Eagle's minor pet command is a slow and a burst plus damage over time skill. plus 1.2 outgoing damage. That's it also buffs the Lore Master apparently. For like, is that 20? 120? No, just 20, because by default you have 100% outgoing damage, I suppose. I'm not sure actually if different classes have different base outgoing damage values. But yeah, you get a one times 1.2 outgoing damage bonus. And then Fan the Flames is special because it needs an interaction. So there's a condition for it to take effect. You can still cast it without having used Burning Embers first, but I'm not sure if it still takes effect, just weaker, or if it does not take effect at all. I think I tested it. I got to test it or pay attention to it at one point, but I've forgotten. It's been a long time. But yeah, so you have to cast Burning Embers on your target first, and then you cast Minor or Major Pet Command. And then when the eagle applies the skill, the Fan the Flames AoE effect takes effect. As you saw earlier, I said the word effect way too many times in that sentence. But yeah, and then this is just an empowered attack. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Sign of the Wild Rage gives your, apparently gives your melee pets range for their, see, they are still melee skills, but with Sign of the Wild Rage, they the attacks have a range bonus, and apparently this apparently AoE as well. Small tip: if you see a Rages and a max target value, or if you see these info in a skill tooltip, that means that the skill is AoE or has an AoE effect. And then if you saw range, obviously it's ranged, even if it's a melee skill like this and this as well. And yeah, there's burst damage plus drained apparently. Does this mean that the morale goes to the eagle? I'm not sure about it, but they specifically pointed out drained, so maybe it is actually a morale transfer to the eagle. Attacker gains, yeah, okay, so that's actually what it means. So the eagle gains morale per hit of this special Sign of the Wild Rage empowered attack. And then I already talked about this. These are the details. You also the eagle also gets 0.75 which is 25%. Wait, no. Yeah, that's a 25% incoming damage reduction, if my math was correct. All right, so next up, and the last one that I'm covering, I could cover the Raven too and the Lynx, but I'm covering those two pets in yellow because these are not blue specific pets. That's why I decided to split up the pets and cover those two in yellow. But we can go over them real quick as well. So anyway, the bear is your tanking pet, and you get these bonuses. You probably already see this. You've seen these bonuses in these tooltips already. I don't need to go over them because I've brought out these tooltips multiple times now. And then minor pet command. Your minor pet command from the bear is a stun. Your major pet command from the bear, or with the bear, is an AoE force attack. It's a taunt, and I think in general major pet commands greatly increases your pet's threat, but I just noticed it now with the bear, so fact check me on that. Set your bear's Sign of the Wild Rage attack is just burst damage. Okay. I say just, but these values are pretty high. Much higher if you're higher level, I assume. Um, and then Hardened Hide from your bear, Sign of the Wild protection, which is this is straight up incoming damage and incoming healing. Incoming damage reduction and incoming healing bonus for the bear. And yeah, alright. There's that. So, with the Raven and the the Lynx, I don't really need to cover them separately, like I said, but the Raven is also a defensive pet. The major pet command is the same in yellow for all the pets, I believe, but the minor pet command changes between blue and yellow line. So yeah, this is the minor pet command for the Raven, and that's pretty much what I need to. Oh wait, the Sign of the Wild effects as well. There you go. And then for the Lynx, the Lynx is a single target damage oriented pet. This is your minor pet command. This is your Sign of the Wild Rage, and this is your Sign of the Wild protection. Oh yeah, there's a kind of special flavor with the Lynx's Sign of the Wild protection. It makes the Lynx go invisible, which previously before U41 the Lynx turns invisible or stealth mode by default. But they changed it. I forgot the reasoning for it, but you know, like it's pretty minor, honestly, because like stealth isn't really that major of a mechanic in this game, I suppose. Or at least in terms of your pet being stealthy. But like if you're a class that uses stealth, like the burglar, or if you're a monster player, the warg, I think, is the monster class that uses stealth. That's a major aspect. But like for the Lynx pet, specifically, the stealth mechanic isn't that major, I suppose. I don't know. And there are probably other reasonings as to why the stealth doesn't or the Lynx doesn't go stealth mode by default anymore. But yeah, we'll go over the Lynx and the Raven more extensively in the yellow line video, which is gonna take a while because I'm covering red line next, and we'll see if I can cover the different pets in red line too, like with combat demonstration. Where's the last item? Oh, it's here. Dang it. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much it, unless I forgot something. Like special mechanics in blue. Oh, Inner Flame. Inner Flame is a channeled heal, which I tried to use earlier, but because you need to stand still with it, and because your pet also you need to have your pet within your vision. I think I was moving when I tried to use it earlier, and so it cancelled. Or my pet was behind a fence, and so I wasn't able to demonstrate it earlier. This is specifically a blue line skill. It's a set bonus trait, which means the other specs can't access these traits. And then oh yeah, I should probably cover the companion bar in blue line as well, because this is the pet focused line. The normal attack Oh, can I? I can't, huh? Okay, that's fine. I was trying to bring out the tooltip. Maybe I can, and it's just not happening, or maybe it's just glitching. It's trying to, but it doesn't show. Anyway, so yeah, these are pretty straightforward. The normal attack. I like having the normal attack command here, so that I can manually switch my pet's target, or yeah, my pet's current target. And if I want to send in the pet first, which other players like to do, you can make use of this command. And so if you know, if you want, you can put this in your slot, in your main 4 slots, in one of your main 4 bars slot. There you slots. There you go. And then next up is the follow command. After I go through the loading screen, the follow command. Are my items expiring yet? Not yet. The follow command. Once again, straightforward. It commands your pet to follow. Like for example, if you command it to stay like that, or if your pet's separated, or if your pet's attacking something else, which currently return to master is bugged, but currently your return to master won't work if your pet is attacking someone else, or yeah, if your pet is attacking a target currently. So what you might want to do is to command your pet to follow and then do return to master, but it's not very reliable, and so I hope that they fix return to master soon. Maybe it's already fixed and I just didn't try it in in this video, but yeah, I forgot to try return to master. And then next up are the modes. So there's passive mode, there's guard mode, and toggle assist. Passive mode and guard mode are mutually exclusive. I'm not sure if I'm using that phrase or term right, but that means that you can only use either passive mode or guard mode. So passive mode is self-explanatory. Your pet will not enter combat unless you command it to attack. And I think even if the pet is getting attacked, it won't attack it if it's in passive mode. So this is this can be useful. Usually I just as you saw, I'll just leave my pets in guard mode and toggle assist with toggle assist enabled. But if you're the more micro control kind of player, you can set this to toggle mode and make use of the attack command and maybe the other commands as well. That kind of playstyle can be helpful when you really want to make sure that you know where your pet is and and what your pet is attacking, which mob your pet is attacking, I suppose. The problem with this is that your pet is gonna stop attacking every time and return to your side every time its current target dies. And so that's why I like to keep it in guard mode and toggle assist with toggle assist enabled. I mean, you can have passive mode and toggle assist enabled at the same time, so that you don't have to manually command your pet every time. But yeah, passive mode will help in a sense that it will allow you to be more sure of where your pet is, I suppose, because your pet by default is going to return to your side when its target is dead. And then, but like in combat with toggle assist mode is the thing. It's kind of contradictory, because toggle assist mode is gonna tell your pet to switch to your current target before it dies. And so Yeah, that's you're probably gonna want to mess around and experiment with these modes. But like I said, if you want to make sure that your pet follows you more closely in combat, I suppose. Um, like if you want to, like for example, in yellow, Light of Hope can turn to Beacon of Hope. I mean, even in blue, if you spend the points this deep in yellow line, it turns to Beacon of Hope, which if you need the heal to reach yourself as well, then you're gonna need your pet to be beside you if you don't have another ally near you that you can cast Beacon of Hope on. So yeah, that's a use that you can have with passive mode. And then guard mode, once again self-explanatory. Guard mode means that if you're in combat, or if you're getting attacked, or if the pet is getting attacked, the pet will attack that target or will stay in combat with that target. Or like if the for example, if your pet is far away, I don't need to demonstrate it this thoroughly. I mean, I could go more thoroughly and actually find combat targets. But for example, if your pet is there and there are two mobs there, if both mobs are attacking the pet, guard mode means that the pet will attack both of them or switch to either of them when one of them dies. But yeah, essentially what it means. Um, the thing is though is that toggle assist, like I said, is gonna override these modes. I feel like maybe it's more inconsistent with guard mode because guard mode gives your pets targets, but toggle assist mode will try to give your pet a target. So yeah, just experiment with these three modes. I mean, two modes and then the toggle assist option, which you can disable. So like you can disable this if you want to more manually target your pet, or more manually command your pet, or micro your pet. But toggle assist mode, like the name says, the pet's gonna target your current target. So if you cast a skill on an enemy, your pet is gonna switch to that enemy. Essentially, is what it is. All right, that's pretty much it, I believe, unless I missed something. Yeah, I didn't cover. I wanted to cover this briefly too because I used it earlier. But this major single target debuff, this one is pretty niche because it's a channeled skill, similar to Inner Flame. These are channeled skills, but this is a heal and this is a damage skill. But its main purpose, or its core purpose, is to restore your power. Which, unless you're fighting really long fights, you're not really gonna need to restore your power. It does deal a decent amount of lightning damage for the duration, which it doesn't say how long the channel is for. Oh yeah, there it is, 5.5 seconds. And alright, so this one, Knowledge of the Lore Master, is a major debuff. So like if you're fighting a stronger mob, make use of this. If you use Knowledge of the Lore Master out of combat, it's also gonna bring up a panel that will show your enemy stats, showing its like resistances and whatnot, and like the detailed morale and other values. And then Burning Embers, in addition to being a burst plus damage over time skill, it also reduces slightly your the target's defenses. So tactical mitigation and physical mitigation in this case. Alright, back to the bar actually, or the pet commands, because I forgot something. So return to master, self-explanatory. If your pet is far away, you can use return to master and then will teleport to you. Or in this game's no wordings, it's gonna swift travel to you. So yeah, and then lastly, dismiss pet. If you're the microwing sort of, or not necessarily the microwing sort of, but it does what it says on the tin. It's gonna dismiss your pet. So the difference between this command and this shortcut, the pet release shortcut. So to dismiss your pet, you can manually do pet release, but the thing with the pet release command is it can also dismiss your non-combat pet and your mission ally, like Radhril earlier was a mission ally that we had, an ally NPC. This command will can also dismiss that NPC, which is useful is if your mission ally is stuck somewhere, and you can dismiss that ally with this command, and then we summon them with the horn that you get in the mission. So the other difference, as which I was already getting to, the other difference with pet release and dismiss pet is that dismiss pet has a 100-meter range limit. Your pet staying active also has a limit. I'm not sure how far it stays active, but dismiss pet has a 100-meter range limit. So I'm this far from my pet. If I does it say, because there's my pet. Okay, my pet is still active. It doesn't say my distance. Maybe there's a plugin for that, but it doesn't. By default, it doesn't say your distance from your pet. So I'm trying to see if the icon will indicate, will have the this red circle on the icon. Oh no. Okay, so I exceeded my pet's distance, my pet's limit in terms of distance from me or away from me, the lore master. So yeah, there's my pet. Wow, apparently I can still see the pet from this far. But I was hoping that there'd be a red circle on the icon, which would indicate that dismiss pet is too far for me to use, or like my pet is too far for me to use dismiss pet. But yeah, like I said, dismiss pet, unlike or as I was getting to, dismiss pet, unlike the pet release command, my voice is getting tired. It will dismiss your combat pet specifically. It's not gonna affect. You can't even use it without the combat pet. It's not gonna affect your non-combat pet, which is my cat in this case. But pet release will dismiss your non-combat pet as well. Sure. Just to demonstrate that more clearly, let's summon both of them back. Pet release sometimes it releases your pets in order. So if you summon your combat pet and then your non-combat pet and then your mission ally after, sometimes it would release the mission ally first and then your non-combat pet and then your combat pet. I'm not sure actually which one I summoned between these two. I already forgot. So pet release can release your combat pet and then your non-combat pet. So I did summon the non-combat pet first. But yeah, sometimes though it's inconsistent. I'm not sure what causes it. See, it's inconsistent. It dismissed my. Maybe it's because I just literally summoned the combat pet, and maybe that's why the non-combat pet got dismissed first. I don't know if there's a delay in with the game recognizing if the pet was already summoned. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the difference. Um, I guess the tip that I can, the bonus tip that I can give you, because I pointed it out, the shortcut for pet release. So like I said, you can do pet release like this. Type it in chat, and then your pet will get dismissed. Or alternatively, you can right-click their vitals and then dismiss pet. You can also rename your pet that way. So the command for pet rename is pet rename. For your lore master combat pet, if it's a cosmetic pet, it's cpet rename. I don't know if if there's a cpet dismiss command. No, there's not. You see trickless here, but most cosmetic pets don't have tricks. I don't remember which, like, specific ones. Very few specific ones have them, or if any cosmetic pets actually have them. But as far as I know, there's at least one that has a trick. But yeah, all right. So back to what I was talking about. The pet release shortcut, you can do something like this. Wait, let's go back to general so that you can see the inputs in the chat history. So shortcut, if you're not sure what the command does, you can just type the command without the supposed follow-ups, without the follow-up strings. I forgot I'm not very versed in jargon, but I have some like a very little amount of coding skill, but I've not written code in a long time. But yeah, so sorry, another tangent. So shortcut location. I'm not sure what the text string does. You can try that now. But for example, oh, the command is the text string. So / shortcut, and then the shortcut location. You have to know where you're gonna put it, because it can replace skills that are in your bars. I'm not sure if it will still replace the skills that are already existing in your bars if the bars are locked in the settings. But just to be sure, put it in an empty slot, or put it in a slot that you know that you can easily remember which skill was already existing there. So for example, my 9th slot is empty. You can do shortcut 9 and then type the command that you want in there. So that's pet release. It got added here, and what I just dragged it there. You can freely drag this around. So yeah, and then you remove it by dragging it away from the bar, like with any other skill. So yeah, that's pretty much what I need to cover. Speaking of pets, one of our cats are kind of right outside my door. Hey Robin. Robin, hi. Meow. Well, yeah, that's a good finisher to this video, I suppose. Unless I missed something and I should probably cover. Oh yeah, okay. I did miss something. I mean, I already covered this partially, but you probably already have this figured out. So felines have this Dispel Corruption effect. Bog-guardians have this Dispel Corruption effect. And birds have this Dispel Corruption effect. Whoops, I accidentally removed the skill from my bars. Wait. I forgot what it's actually called. I never use it anyway. I don't even have it equipped, but I just like having filler skills in my bars. Sylvan Shadows, I see. And then bears have this Dispel Corruption effect. So this is also true in yellow line, except the yellow line also has a spirit pet, which functions similarly to these two Dispel Corruption effects. But yeah, the bear is a single target. The bear's Dispel Corruption effect is single target and removes 1 corruption. Lowest cooldown. Birds, single target, multiple corruptions, 15-second cooldown. Bog-guardian AoE, 1 corruption on each, and 15-second cooldown. And then the cats, the felines, AoE, up to 2 corruption effects, 20-second cooldown. Essentially, is my understanding of it. And then the spirit has like an AoE corruption removal. I'm not sure if it can remove up to 2 or just 1. I'm also not sure of the difference in the rages and whatnot. Oh hey, the rages? Bruh. Apparently the rages of the Dispel Corruption of the Bog-guardian is larger. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's larger than the cats. Dispel Corruption. Also the range is larger as well, which makes sense because it's you have the Bog-guardian present, which gives you the bonus range. So yeah. Alright, I think that's the last thing that I needed to cover. Oh! Okay, very last thing. Call to the Valar. It resets certain skills. So in blue line, it resets your Retribution. Retribution, Catmint, and Unbreakable Bond. Which, like I said, it's an... these last two are kinda not that useful, and so it's kinda sad that those are the 2 other skills that Call to the Valar resets. But yeah, the Retribution reset is pretty good. Oh no, I'm losing loot. All right, I'm pretty much done anyway. But yeah, am I missing something else? Okay, these are most of these are the other skills that I am skipping are general lore master skills. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Blue Line Lore Master. I hope you found this video helpful or at least entertaining. I don't know. This was a long video, so I hope you I don't know. I wanted to mention this in the beginning. You could use this video as a podcast to like play in the background or as a background video, I guess. But yeah, as I was saying, this has been my coverage of the Blue Line Lore Master. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And until then, farewell.